Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm here today to do a little video. I have to do a couple things first. I listed this or put the link in my description box on that last video that I did for this Fisker's crimper. I promise you, I did not realize that they were charging $49 or $46 or whatever it was. I don't know. I just was excited because I found the exact same one, and when I looked in my Amazon Associates account thing, and so I just grabbed it and put it in there. So I apologize. I was not trying to get anybody to spend that kind of money. They do have a different brand on their website. Amazon does. Just look for paper crimper when you look on Amazon, and it'll come up with some that are like $12 or whatever. Definitely get those. I just saw that one and was like, oh cool, it's the same one. But sorry, apologize. That was totally my mistake. So anyway, that's out of the way. I just want to make sure you guys knew I did not do that on purpose. I got this from Dee Dee Farago. I won her her little giveaway that she did for these. These are my vinegar valentines, and they're adorable. I just took them out of the envelope. That's all. I didn't open them yet and look at them, but I was excited to win these because they're so cute. And Dee Dee, I was going to tell you, your paper, this paper, is a different color than the masking paper that I have. So they must just, wherever they process it, you know, probably depends. But look at the difference in that. I mean, they're definitely similar, but yours is a lot darker than mine. So that's kind of cool that it's different all over the place. Anyhow, she did a great job on these. They're so cute. They turned out great, and such a fun idea to, you know, use them again as Valentines in just a fun manner. So I really appreciate this, Dee Dee. They're so cute, and I love, you do such great work. I feel so fortunate to have you on my design team. Aren't they adorable? And I love the paper back here too. I know she said what that was, and I can't remember if it is it old book page. Yeah, I think that's what it was. You can just see the picture or something in this one. It looks neat. So yeah, these are super fun. And she shows how to make this envelope and everything on her channel. So if you haven't gone over to check her out, definitely do that. And I'll leave a link to her channel in my description box. And that's another thing that I wanted to mention, because I have been having a lot of people asking me, you know, to link stuff. And very often I have, like, sometimes I forget, so I'm totally okay with you guys saying, hey, you didn't link this or that or whatever. I just wanted you to know that right below the video on the right hand side there's a little gray like triangle arrow thing. If you click on that, the description box comes down, and very often a lot of the items that I've used or whatever will be in that description box, or people that I talk about, or, you know, papers, all that kind of stuff will be in that description box. So do definitely check that out, because quite often that will save you the typing time. So yeah, but these are super cute. Thank you, Dee Dee. That was fun to win those, because I like to see, you know, what other people do with these things that I put out there. And like I said, I have a lot of new people. These were in my great-grandmother's dry goods store in the little town that I grew up in. And so the actual vinegar valentines are like this big, and my son and I shrunk them down to turn them into more like little journaling cards. I'm putting too many in there. I'll stop because I'm going to mess it up. But anyway, so this is super cute. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. I love them. They're adorable. It'll be a fun little thing to give out to people, or, you know, just for gags, or, you know, friends and that kind of thing. So thank you. So I got those two things. I just don't want to forget anything, because I do that. And so what we're going to do today, I have this paper that I, as you can see, poked a hole in. And then I also did another hole over here, and I made a boo-boo. So this has been like, you know, fixed so that it's not opened. And then I cut another one here. That's what I like. Everybody laughs at me because I still use my Creative Memories, the little cutting system that they have, because you can just, that's how I cut this circle. You put it here, and then you use the little cutter to cut the circle right there, which is easier to me for this type of thing than the die cuts, because I put the die cut here and I couldn't fold this over the top of the plastic piece that has to go, you know, next on top of this when you roll it through the Big Shot. So I folded it over like this, and even that much cut the paper, even though it was the wrong side of my die. So that had to be patched. Ah, sorry, I'm getting some plastic, and I'm going to try to remember to use my tape today. Forgot to grab this before I did that, and I just tripped over my, I have one of my buckets on the ground with stuff in it. As I was trying to prepare for this video. This came with my scoring board, my scoreboard that I got for Christmas. So that's where I got that, and it's that red sticky thumb. It just came with it. It's American Crafts. So I don't know. I've never used this before, so I have no idea, but I wanted to give it a try instead of trying to do the whole gluing thing with the acetate, because you guys saw me have my epic fail on that. But what I'm going to do is hook these two pages together, and I'll stitch along here with the sewing machine, or I may just glue this pocket, and then I'll have large tags to slide in and out of those pockets. Okay, and I may go ahead and put another piece of paper in there just so that, you know, you're not just seeing that weird line across there. And then that one, I don't know, maybe I'll put this piece here, just so you see something when you take the tags out, but you don't have to do that. I mean, it doesn't look bad like this at all. It just, this one kind of looks weird because of the, I already glued that other piece of paper in there. Just trying to patch it because I didn't want, you know, it to tear or something open. I'm going to cover that other side up, so it's not going to be a big deal, but you know, I just don't want it to look weird for Lori. So I think I will put another little piece just to see. Let me see how much I need. I could just do that whole thing like that. I don't want to make this too thick, but I don't need all of this. So yeah, if you don't cut a hole in yours, obviously you don't have to go through this whole thing. I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, that kind of stuff happens, but don't just toss away your paper. You can often fix things like that. It's not a you know, a big thing. And that's the trick sometimes when using tools is, and I kind of had a feeling that it might cut that like that, but I was hoping that it wouldn't. But it did. So, and like I said, I'm going to cover that up, so I'm not on the other side of the page, so I'm not that worried about it. So see, when you take the tag out of the pocket, you'll have, you know, just the acetate window here. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this. And you can use whatever you have to cut these. I mean, you could even like, you know, cut around a glass or, you know, something like that. You don't have to have all these cutting systems and things. Obviously it makes it easier, but it's not like a necessity. I think I have to cover behind this one now since I did that one. Just want to get a little ink in here. It's like it needs it now that I did it to the other one. That's okay, it'll just add another fun dimension. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. We had a good time. We went to a Super Bowl thing last night, so I am getting orders out. I did send off one order today and this morning, and then the other ones I'll do after I do this video. So I am doing that. I know some people have been waiting patiently for their what do you call them, those book cradles. And if you guys are interested in those book cradles, please contact me through my Etsy. It's just a lot easier for me to keep track. Something about YouTube videos, the comments, they are on this kind of scrolling thing. And so I can lose comments pretty easily. It's just hard to find them when they get in amongst all the other ones, which I know sounds crazy, but I just don't want to do like orders through there. I'd rather do it through my Etsy shop. It's just a lot easier for me to keep track of because I've got your name and everything, and it's just way easier for me to keep track of than it is if we use YouTube to communicate with. YouTube is just a lot more difficult to keep track of who's who and who wanted what, and yeah. So that's why I keep telling people to go to my Etsy. If it's driving you nuts, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I keep track of who asked for what. And plus, it's just easier to talk. You know, I can give you the prices of things. I've had a couple people ask about journals, like custom order journals, which I will do. I'm 2 behind right now, so I'm working on a couple. This one, and I have one other one after this. So you just have to be patient with me on that. But I'm definitely willing to do those. But I like to talk about it on my Etsy channel or my Etsy shop, because then I can talk to you about price and what you want and all that kind of thing, and we don't have a whole bunch of other people reading all of that, you know. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's just a little easier to communicate that way, I think. All right, so we're gonna get some acetate on this first, the circle here, and it doesn't really matter how you cut it. I'm gonna go ahead and use this little package first since I've got it. You just want to cut a piece that will fit nicely, obviously. But it doesn't have to be the perfect size or anything. It just has to cover that circle. Oh, where did that go? I can't see that stuff, I'm telling you. And I've had other people that are interested in the digis, but like they might not have an Etsy, you know, they're not signed into Etsy or whatever. And there's not a whole ton I can do about that, because that's the best way for me to like get payment and, you know, get the digi to you, because they have it all set up already for that. So sorry if you don't have one of those. I feel bad. I'm not trying to not get everybody what they want, but I just can't really. That's really the only way that I can do it. And I'm sure there are other ways. I'm just not super tech savvy, so. And it's really easy too to sign up there, but I know, you know, a lot of people don't want to be signed up in things, and I get that. So it's all a personal preference. Am I going to see this through here? Since I am so awesome at going in a straight line, right? Here, let's try to fix this one a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to lift it. I don't know. Yay, that was actually much easier than I thought. Try to get it straight. So today was my last day at the school. That was a little bittersweet. I mean, it's so awesome to be able to do this and not, you know, have to do that too, because the time constraints, obviously. But, you know, I had a lot of friends, well, I still have friends, I'm not saying they're gone, it's just going to be weird not to see them every day. So, but I think it'll be fun to do this. I'm going to go ahead and trim this all the way up against the red here. I don't know that this is going to be any better for you guys to watch me doing the acetate with the tape or the glue, because, you know, I'm not real great at this fiddly, picky kind of stuff. So let's see if we can even get the backing off of this first of all. Some people make this look so easy. I'm always like, wow, you're more talented than I am for sure. It's a lot of the ladies that do like the mini scrapbooks and stuff still, they seem to be like superheroes at this stuff. I don't know, but I can't ever get these off of here. And I've tried tweezers and I've tried everything, and I don't know what the trick is, but I don't have it. Fiddly is just not my deal. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this as flat as I possibly can. Let's do the top first. It's wanting to do weird stuff here. Oh, I didn't get it low enough. Darn it. Oh, fiddlesticks. See, I'm telling you. This is where I like glue better. Yeesh. Okay, scoot it down a little, Amy. Okay, I may not do this on camera anymore. The whole acetate thing may not be my deal. Alright, I just love the way it looks. I like to be able to, you know, see things through those. It's fun, but making it happen is painful. Alright, so let's get the other piece of that. Try to make this a little less painful. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll pause. There's some of the sticky, so I don't think I'm going to use that side. I'm going to pause and do the acetate on this side, and then I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I got that window all in there just fine. I don't know, when I'm on camera I can't do it for some reason. I'm just putting some beads of glue along the edges of this so that we can glue our pages together, because we're going to make big pockets. So I am going to go down, you know, right next to the middle line here though, because I don't want the tags to slip too far or too close to the middle. And it probably doesn't matter. It probably wouldn't make one bit of difference, but that's just the way I want to do it. I'm going to have one tag go in from the top and one go in from the side. So on this page, I've glued along this side, along the bottom, and along this side. On this one, I've gone along this side. I'm going to go up at the top. You guys can't totally see, but, and down at the bottom. And I'm going to leave this whole side open. And then I'm going to take this. I probably should have done one side at a time, but we'll see how we do here. And I know you might not be able to totally see. I'm just lining up the edges of the two sheets of paper. I can get that side down good. It's hard for me to get the whole thing on camera, so. And then I'm glued here and here. Okay, so now I have those openings. And I may stitch around this, I may not, I don't know, but I won't do it right now. So I'm just going to punch a thumb tab at the top of this. And you could do this before you glue it down, which is what I probably should have done, but it's okay. I'm feeling a little discombobulated today, not that that's real new, but I think it's just all the kind of goings-ons. Just need to get into the groove. So yeah, we had fun watching the Super Bowl with friends yesterday. I'm not super into football or anything. I did love the beginning of that when they did the whole tribute to the flag and all that. That was really cool. I liked that a lot. It's fun to see. Alright, so I'm going to do a side thumb hole here. So this one is on the inside, the other one's on the outside. So just, you know, a little variety so you're not doing the same thing in both spots. And of course, that had to not punch right. I don't know why sometimes these punch great and other times they don't. And this is just regular parchment paper. It's not like, I mean, I get like some of the super thin papers not punching great. And I think I'll do. Get a scrap here. Try to punch it again, see if it'll punch a little bit cleaner. There we go. So if you haven't seen that, that's just a little trick. If you put a piece of like cardstock or something, it tends to make these punches work a little bit better. I don't know why, but they do seem to do that. So all right. So now what we're gonna do I've got all these scissors. So now what we're going to do on this page is I want to put some pockets and things from my Digi. And this is torn paper and ferns. What did I do with the pin for the glue? If I forget that, it'll be stuck. Okay. And it comes with these pockets. If you haven't seen it, it comes with the pockets that match the paper. And this one I am going to kind of put high, which I know is a little bit weird, but that's kind of what I wanted to do regardless of the hole I cut in there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Got fuzzies everywhere. I just replaced that little ink dauber. So I'm going to kind of come to right where that spot was that let me just see where my fold is. It's kind of hard to tell how far I am from the fold. Okay, so there's that pocket. And then we're going to put, I want one of these. These are Rachel Roxy Creations, her straw paper little coin pockets. And then I thought I'd put this other little pocket that comes with the Digi here. So it's kind of like another one of those collage pages, but I think I want to put some kind of decoration on this one. And I'm thinking I really love how this paper came out. So I think I'll just put some of that on there. I'm not going to do like a whole big collage. I'm actually going to do this side first. And these are kind of nice coin envelopes because they're gusseted on the side, so you've got a little more room to put, you know, a little more if you want to. We are having crazy weather today. It's just, it got super cold again, and the wind is just whipping. It's crazy out there. I don't know what the deal is. And we woke up yesterday to snow, so there's still a little snow around. I mean, it wasn't a lot, it's no big deal, but it's just been all over the place. I feel like I want it. I want something. We'll put something down at the bottom down there since I didn't measure right, or didn't measure at all actually. And I'm just gluing over here. Come pretty close to the top. Let's see, what do we want along the bottom? Maybe something entirely different. I like this stuff. This is Graphic 45. And which one is it? Plant Kingdom Nature Sketchbook Collection. Sorry, Nature Sketchbook Collection. I'm trying to figure out what I want on there. I think I like this side. There's all kinds of neat just images in that Nature Sketchbook collection of papers. I'm not sure if you can get it anymore. I've had mine for quite a while. It takes me a long time to go through a whole pad of that paper. You can make quite a bit of stuff with those. Because, you know, I always tend to mix stuff up. I don't really very often just use one, you know, one pad of paper. Really anymore. I've mostly been using digis. It took me a while to get into the whole digi thing, but it is really cool. I mean, it's really nice to, if you're thinking, you're looking for something or whatever, and then you find it, and then you can just print it out right away. You don't have to like go to the store or, you know, I don't know. I just like it because it's quick, but I know it's not for everybody. Especially if you don't have, you know, a computer that'll do it or whatever. So, printer, that kind of thing. So this is that little sort of coin envelope that's in my digi with the two sides that are folded, and you can do them either way. You can put these on the outside, or, I mean, it's not, it really makes no difference if you're going to glue it down, so do it however you like to do it. Right. Do I want the mushroom or a leaf? Oh, I do like the fern, that's kind of cool. And these are in the Digi as well. I think I actually kind of like that one better. I'm going to go ahead and tear around that, just because I can't ever leave it alone. And I used kind of a vanilla cardstock to print the ephemera pieces on, just so they were a little bit thicker in case I wanted to use them by themselves or whatever. And thank you for your response on this. I've had really nice comments about the colors and, you know, just everything about it, so I really appreciate that. It's always nice to have feedback on you know, what you've done, because you never know if people are like, oh wow, that's really weird, or I don't know, whatever. It's really nice to get that feedback, so thank you for that. I wasn't sure when I was ripping all that paper and adding all those layers and stuff if anybody was gonna, you know, be into that, because it is a little different. And all these numbers are in the Digi as well. Just kind of scientific or whatever you'd want to call it. Something fun to play with, add to things. Same idea as using words or whatever. And the edges aren't perfect on them, so go ahead and, you know, just cut them how you want. So just kind of add something, I like that. And then maybe we could do, I don't know if I want the butterfly in the circle. Well, I like that one better in the circle. I think it's because it's got the something in the background. And these are in that Digi too. Alright, so I think that's good. So that didn't take us too horribly long. Get my fingers stuck to everything. I'm not sure what to do about a closure for this yet. I may have to think about that for a bit. Let's see what I can come up with. I know I can do the little tie thingies, but I don't know. I'm not that into those. Glue on there. Okay, so there's that. And that one's going to go right here. I may just cut it off just because I don't want to add anything. I could just do Velcro, I guess. Let me see what I got. Where my Velcro is at the moment. I'll find some Velcro before I may cut it off. I may put Velcro. I'll find that. I'm not going to make you guys sit there and wait for me to look for Velcro. I know I've got some. It's just a matter of finding it in my mess. I did have it all cleaned up again, but you know how that goes. Then I start another project and then we're off to the races. I'm going to go ahead and just glue the whole back of this. You could leave, you know, part of it opened if you wanted to make it a tuck on the side or something like that, but this one I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue the whole thing down because it's a pretty good sized pocket. I'm afraid if you started sticking a whole bunch of stuff behind it too, it would just get kind of overwhelming. So end up sticking out too far, you know. No, I think I'm just going to cut that off. It's just bugging me. And I just don't want it on there. I just want to see that up there. I should probably cut a little divot in that as well. Hopefully it'll work this time. Yay, it worked. It was probably because it was 2 layers. It's almost like it likes to cut through thicker than thinner. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. It just tears stuff like tissue. There we go. And again, this is from, it's wanting to stick over here. Rachel at Roxy Creations is where I get these bags. And this one. And I'm just going to glue this whole thing down as well, instead of leaving it as a tuck spot. But you do you. I'm just giving ideas. Definitely do not need to do it the way I, do it. I'm just throwing ideas out there. This up so I know where the fold is. I kind of want to see if I can tuck it into that little tuck that's there. Bring it over a little bit more, but okay, so now we can take one of our little tags, and I'll probably end up sewing something to the top of these to grab onto, but for now we'll just tuck one of these in here. And then I have another little tucky spot here in that bag. Okay, and then up in the top, I may end up making like a little, oh, those tuck in pretty good. So we could use these journal cards that come with the Digi. I was afraid they were going to stick out, but that's a pretty good sized pocket, so they tuck in there real well. And I don't know if this is what I'll leave in here. I may end up doing something else, but just for now, just so you get the idea of what you would be putting in there, or could put in there, or whatever. Okay, so a couple journaling cards, 2 tags, so that's kind of a cool little deal. And then we would do one of these big journaling cards, which we can go ahead and cover one of those. Let's use some of this Fern paper. And then we can also keep checking the placement of our little window so that we can get something cool, to put on there in the window spot. And I've done these before, and I've seen other people do these like window pages. I did one when I was going to do, or I did do, a Rosa Kelly. She was making like a whole journal using all different people's pages that they sent her, and so I sent her a page, and it had the little window in it. And then I think Dee Dee Farago not too long ago did one, and I know Nick the Booksmith has definitely done stuff like that. So this isn't my idea, but they are super fun to make. So And this page is also in the Digi, if you didn't see the kind of flip through of it or whatever you want to call it. Something like that, maybe. And then just going through these, I don't know which one I want to use. I don't know if you'd be able to see that. This would be kind of cool to see through the window. But that page already has butterflies. I don't know if I want more butterflies. I think a lot of these are going to be too big for that spot. The fern might work pretty good, actually. Let's go ahead and try that. See what we get. Ay, ay, ay. Cut my fingernails off. I mean, I still have some, but for some reason it like makes it so I can't do anything. It's weird. And let's hear it out here. The cool part about this is that there's lots of layers here already, so you know, you don't have to do a ton. Trying to figure out about where that's gonna fall. This tag. So I want to see it. Thinking it's going to have to scoot over a little bit more. Let's just try it, even though nothing's glued down yet. And I may have to make this card a little skinnier. Yeah, so it actually needs to scoot down more. Maybe I will. I think it's going to have to be about like that. It's always trial and error with this stuff, let me tell you. Yeah, that's pretty good. It needs to just go that way a little bit more. And I'm going to cut a little bit more off the top and the side of this card too. I just want it to go in and out easy. I kind of want it to be a big fight every time. So we were at 5. I'm going to go at 4 3/4. And then I'm going to cut off, it was 8 1/2. Yeah, so let's go to, I'm going to, yeah, I think 8 will work. Okay. Sorry, I just want to make sure this is right, because otherwise what's the point? Okay, just scoot down a tiny bit more. We're going to say about right there. I didn't ink it yet. Just mark it. That's probably what I should have done in the first place, and then I would have been able to just put that in and out of the circle, but that's okay. You know, brain issues. Okay, and then I want other stuff on there. Let's see, I wanted a piece of this. Maybe we'll go with this at the top instead of the bottom. Alright, glue this piece on wherever it lands. And I know I'm off screen. I only have so much room, so it's kind of just one of those things. Sometimes I try to stay on screen. Oh, this is why I forgot this was a little bit bigger, because of the card was a different size, so I'll trim it when I once it dries. Alright, and somebody was asking if I saw the collage that both Rachel and Gail have been doing, and yes, I have. I've been working on some of my own, but a lot of the scraps that I had were different colors and things than what I wanted to use for this, so. But they will make good, like, thank you tags and things like that for orders, so that's kind of what I'm thinking of using them for. But good way to get rid of scraps, for sure. So fun to do, too. Just very relaxing. Hopefully I got that right. I don't know, but we'll see. Alright, and then kind of want like old something on there. Let's see if I have anything in here. I've kind of been using a lot of it on the backs of things, so I'm starting to run out of stuff. There's some old composition notebook. There's a few things. That's old, like, magazine stuff. Okay, let's see what we got here. This piece of music would be good. Swedish folk song is what it says. And sorry if you can hear that music. I'm trying to. I like to have a little music going when I'm working. It just makes the creative process work better for me. But it's getting kind of loud. Alright, there's that, and then work basket. Kind of want maybe a piece of that other paper. Oh, but it's on there, huh? So let me get some of my other stuff. That'd be kind of fun on there. We could get a butterfly. Two butterflies. There's even a bumblebee. Sorry, I got quiet again. Do that. Not many stories to tell. It'll probably get worse now that I'm not at the school with all the kids anymore. Telling me all stories. Kind of wanted it down further, huh? I like these butterflies and stuff, so I think I'll just go with that. It's fine. Oops. And the back I will just cover with, you know, paper to write on. So back here we'll just do kind of more plain. Just piece this. I like the holes though. I love that old composition notebook, and I think I only have like 2 pages left or something, so I'm kind of sad about that. Could use this. A strip of coffee dyed paper. Coffee or tea, I'm not sure. Looks like coffee, I think. Yeah. Put this one down first. Or you could use, you know, one of the pages from my kit that is like all the old paper kind of thing, like these ones. You could just plunk and that would be done. So either way, that works great. I didn't ink the other side of that paper. I guess I was thinking it was coffee dyed enough, but then when I see that other side inked, it doesn't work. I'll find something to go down the bottom too. I'm gluing up these pages fast. They're getting sticky. I must be being heavy-handed or something. I just kind of dab at those little holes like that because I want glue on them so they stick down and aren't catching on everything, but I don't want to, you know, get them all gunked up and tear them off and stuff. And then a little something across the bottom. I'll just use a piece of this right here. That will work. Take this edge and alright, so I can trim that a little where that green paper was a little bit too big. And then this will get stitched around. I will definitely stitch around this big tag. I just think it really adds to it. But I love having these big journaling cards or tags or whatever you want to call them. You could cut it into a tag shape. I think I'm just going to leave it the shape that it's in. And we'll slide it in here and see how it looks. There you go, it's peeking out there. I think that's kind of fun. And then we can do the other one. Where are we at? We're at 39. Yeah, I think we got time to do the other one. And then I will do the stitching and all that not on camera. So, alright, let's see here. What do we want to use on this one? I kind of just like that. Look at that. Let's see, what's this? Oh, this window's at the top. It would be cool with that butterfly up there though, so we'll just scoot him up. We'll just take off some of that and have him up at the top. That will work. I always end up getting it fatter at the middle. What I do. Oh, you know what? I need to cut this card down too. Forgot about that. So I ended up going 4 3/4. And what did I do 8 1/2? No, not 8 1/2, 8, or did I do 8 1/4? I think I went 8. But let's make sure. I don't want them to be different. 8. Righty. So do it right the first time, and then you don't have to hopefully do it again. No guarantees though. Never a guarantee that it'll be right. Because Dingy is my middle name. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time to make this quicker and not so painful, hopefully for everybody involved. Oh, it's on this side. That's right, it's a side loader. So we might have to cut a little more off of the top bottom. Yeah, it just needs a little sliver more off. That's one thing when you've got top loading as opposed to side loading. It does obviously change the, you know, height of the card that you're going to put in it. So. We probably could have left it wider, but it's fine. figure out where the... I'm just going to take my little pencil and I'm going to stick it in there and make a little mark on there to make this quicker, hopefully, right about the middle, roughly. Hopefully that will make it faster. Again, no guarantees. I think that'll be good right there. So we'll just take off a little bit more off the top. Try to do it straighter here. Try. Still not straight. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, so maybe we could use a bit of this along the side. Take the bottom off. Take a little more off. Something like that will work, and then we'll do a little something over there. I don't have any old stuff going that direction. Cards. Got this paper. I've had this paper forever, so I think it was K and Company. I'm not really sure, so I'm sorry about that. Just one of those things. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so that one's going down first. I had a lovely subscriber ask me if I had written directions, you know, to help along with watching the videos, and I just really don't. I don't have, you know, a lot of times what I do is, I mean, like, I always have a plan, and it always takes me a while to set up for a video and, you know, get ready for it and all that, but truly, a lot of this collaging and stuff that I do is just, I just do it. I don't really have like a huge plan in mind, and I just think if I tried to write directions for all my videos, I would not have time to do, you know, to one, do the creative stuff that I do, and I wouldn't have time to make my journals and that kind of thing. So I apologize that I don't have that, but I just don't really foresee that happening at any time, just because, like I said, all of this takes a lot of time, and I want to be able to create, because otherwise, you know, I'm not doing what I wanted to, or, you know, what I love to do, which is this. This is what I love doing. So I apologize for that I don't have that, but just always know that you can always rewind and pause and whatever on the videos. And I wish I was more organized person like that and could do that. I'm not. And I know that there are people that do that. But I just, like I said, a lot of it is just what creatively I feel like making at the moment or whatever, so there isn't always a lot of direction to it. And I wish I was more organized, believe me. It would make my life easier, but unfortunately my brain works in a different way, I guess. It would make it easier. I always marvel at Gail because she is just so organized to me. And I'm just cutting these out real jagged because that's just the way I want to do it, but you can cut them out, you know, much more squarely or however you like. It's just a fun little addition. Gives it a little something. Okay. Just thought of that after the fact kind of thing. Alright, so that's going to go there. What? Posh is talking to us. He doesn't do that very often. He's downstairs playing with a crinkle ball. He loves those. Those he loves. He did not love the fish at all. He did not like the fish. He's scared of the fish. If the fish is by the back door, he won't come in. I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of cat are you? Scared of a fish? He's silly. I mean, it does look pretty realistic, and when it's flopping around, I mean, you know, it's pretty good, but I still am like, really, you're scared of it? I thought for sure he would just pounce on it, but nope. He is not having it. I might go a little wider. Just want a little bit of this going down the side here. I think with that, it'll look good. So, yeah, I know it's hard to believe, especially when you watch me do these videos, but quite often I prep for an hour or so before I even make a video, which, like I said, I know is surprising when you watch me and I forget 90% of it. But it's like getting the idea, which I often do, you know, like I'll sit after dinner a lot of times and, you know, kind of brainstorm and try to come up with ideas, and I'll look on Pinterest for stuff. And, you know, I always end up changing it. It's just sometimes that helps spark my creativity, and I'll write stuff down, and then I decide what I want to do, and then I have to, you know, check and see if I have everything for it. And, you know, I usually do some either printing or cutting or whatever just to kind of get ready. Like today I cut the holes in the paper and whatever, and, you know, that one thing doesn't take that long. But everything said and done, it can take me at least an hour, if not longer. And I'm not complaining, totally. I love doing it, so that's awesome. I just don't think I would have time to, like, write down directions and do stuff like that, too. on how to do all of it. And a lot of it is fly by the seat of my pants. I mean, a lot of the creativity part of it just comes while I'm doing it. And it's not even a real plan that I could write down, so. I think this goes this way. Am I right? Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm right side up. There's a fern, I don't know if you can see it in the print of this old paper. Is it? And I have to trim the edge over there. But yeah, so, and I love doing all of it. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying I don't think I would ever be able to get all that done too. And still make journals and stuff. And YouTube does not pay enough for that. It's pennies per video kind of thing, so really this is just like the fun part, you know, making stuff for you guys to see and all that. But as far as doing anything to make a living, it's the stuff that I make, so. Alright, so I will stitch around this as well. I got something on there. There we go. Alrighty, so that one will go in the other pocket. Which, what did I do with my little, there's my other one of those. I thought I set it right here. Oh my goodness, I've got such a mess now of scraps of paper. Oh, I didn't ink around this one. Alright, so this one goes in here. And you'll get to see them stitched because, you know, when I do the flip through and whatever, or the next time I come on or whatever, I'll show you the end result there. Yay, you can see the butterfly. That worked well. Alright, so that one goes there. So that will get sewn in as, you know, part of one of the signatures in our journal, and I think I have it here. Saved my spot. So this will just go like this. And this obviously is going to make a thick, you know, page, but I'm only doing one of them, so it's not like, you know, that big of a deal. So yeah, that's that, and that'll be right there when you're flipping through, you'll see that. And then this side, when you're flipping this way, you'll see that. So yeah, I hope, and then you still write here, and there's still lots of writing room. I hope you guys liked that. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and we will chat again soon. Bye-bye now.